Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Games and Things. You see their website right there. Let me tell you what they're doing this week. This is a huge labor of love for these folks. They've been doing it for years. Game On Against Cancer. Big charity event this Friday from 6 to 10, right there at their showroom on Kingston Pike. Local celebrities and media personalities will be there. You can challenge them to any of the activities we're going to mention down below. They're going to have a silent auction with terrific items and memorabilia available, heavy hors d'oeuvres, wine and beer, and if you buy a token to get in there, you'll get one free drink. Air hockey, billiards, blackjack, darts, table tennis. You can go challenge Jimmy Himes at table tennis. I know he's king of tennis. Is he the king at table tennis? You get down there to Game On Against Cancer this Friday. Scott and Lisa Mellon have really dedicated so much time and energy. Good grief, just the cleanup after this event every year is huge. It's a tremendous event, raised thousands and thousands of dollars for the fight against cancer. Game On Against Cancer this Friday night. Get down there and support this terrific cause. Okay, back here with Mark Pankratz, former basketball coach at Tennessee under Conzo Martin, under Bruce Pearl. I'm not going to get into terribly detailed specifics because people out there are going to be saying, is that something he learned under such and such and that kind of thing. But this week, and we'll show you in the next segment just all the schools listed, 27 schools have been tied to these scandals. It started back before the basketball season started. Auburn was one of the first one hit. They had an assistant head coach fired because of illegal action. The FBI tracking him. A couple of players were let go. Now you're seeing the FBI is digging into, that was with shoe companies. Now they're digging into a couple of agents who have ledgers that they found that say, this kid owes us $1,000, this kid owed us $1,500. This coach talked to us. Sean Miller at Arizona supposedly caught on a wiretap talking about a $100,000 payment to give to a kid to make sure he went to Arizona. And Sean Miller, by the way, a coach that Tennessee once looked at and tried to get here. Everybody's seen Blue Chips, the movie. It's a little over the top. How over the top is it, though? How dirty is the dirt in college basketball?
Well, as one agent that I talked to that's out of Chicago last night said, it's an epidemic. Because if you look at it, this is one agent in one sport, in one situation. It doesn't even talk about all the other sports agents out there in all the different sports. You know, if you think about the top of the top is willing to pay $100,000, well, what are the agents doing that are trying to get to the top? You know, it's if you're already getting a lot of the best players to come represent you because you've got the relationships in the media world to get these guys bigger shoe deals and better contracts, and you're still buying them. Well, what are these other guys doing? And then it's also, you know, it goes to the schools, it goes to coaches, it goes to boosters, it goes to financial advisors, which were a big one. There's a whole bunch of them that are trying to get in and benefit off of these kids, because in the reality, buying a couple meals, yes, if it gets up to $100,000, but even $100,000, these agents are going to make so much more money off of them.
Well, if you hit on one kid who becomes an NBA star, yeah, you're making tons and tons of money for a long, long time.
Or Sean Miller's, I mean, you get the kid to come, you sell a bunch of jerseys, you sell out of tickets, you go to the NCAA tournament. That $100,000, all of a sudden, I don't know what his bonus is. If he gets to the Final Four, he gets a big bonus check. I mean, it
also helps him get another job with a bigger contract, or get the same job with a bigger contract the next time around too. I mean, if you're going to the Final Four with this kid, you're going to get a $2 million raise with it, you know, that kind of a thing.
Here's the thing: it's like, as another agent told me, it's kind of like the Lance Armstrong deal, to where everybody knew it was going on, but nobody would come to the forefront and get it out there. It's going on, and it is an epidemic. And now it's just, this could be the tip of the iceberg as more information comes out.
I've actually had two coaches tell me this. They've put it in this term, that not everybody cheats, but everybody breaks rules. And the implication being the rule book is so thick that you're going to screw up and step over the line a couple of times. But also, there's a difference between bending the rules a little bit and just trampling all over and breaking the thing. I guess my question for you is, you know, there's a free meal. There's, I got daddy a ticket to go see the kid play here or whatever. And then here's a new sports car. Here's $100,000. Is it all dirty? I mean, by the rules, it's dirty. How do you view that as a guy who was once in the business?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that live in that gray area. You know, I try to relate it to even just outside of the sports world, right? Like if you're in a company and you're trying to recruit another sales individual into your company and they're really good, are you going to wine and dine them? Are you going to try to make your atmosphere, your culture feel and seem much better than what he's currently at to try to get them to come to your company? Because now all of a sudden your company's going to make a lot of money off of that person coming to your company. So do I think some of the meals and some of those other things aren't that big a deal? Yeah, I kind of do, but it is against the NCAA rules, and so you've got to be mindful of that. But when it gets into these bigger and bigger amounts of money, I mean, obviously that's wrong. But I think it goes back to the system. I think the system is skewed. But as we talked about before, it doesn't matter if you start paying these athletes. Right. If you give every athlete $10 or $10,000 a year to come to your school across the SEC, cheaters are going to cheat. You know, success.
Somebody's going to offer 20.
Yeah, success and your want to have more often skews a lot of people's integrity and a lot of people's character. And so now $10,000, the other school that's going to offer $100,000, well, yeah, I can go to 10 at get 10 at Tennessee, which is legal, but $90,000 is $90,000. Right. I'm going there.
Yeah, and to me, that's the problem with all this. Intercollegiate sports were started at a time where it was like a glee club. It was something that the school offered its students for fun. And then TV got involved, and money got involved, and contracts got big, and coaches started making money off these players. Then you started having big pro contracts where agents could make money. You can't fix it. People all have a clue on, they all have an idea on how to fix it. I don't think it can be fixed. I think it outgrew the model it was designed to work within. And well, you pay players, you're still going to have cheating. If you just let every school cheat, well, what fun is that? If you're going to have, well, okay, Alabama, you just have fans here saying, why aren't the Haslams paying more? You know, there's no real answer to this. I don't see a solution, and I don't see it being cleaned up by the NCAA.
No, the reality is it's going on in basketball, it's going on in football, it's going on in other sports that aren't even mainstream. It's going on at your high schools. Your local high schools that are really good are letting other kids transfer in and giving them benefits, their family. So it goes on everywhere. The thing that I see will have happen is eventually we go more towards the European style, to where you have like your NBA rosters, and then you've got a bunch of minor league levels all the way down to 13, 14-year-old kids that seem to be good enough that are in the minor league system to get up to your pros, and they're getting a pro contract. Which NCAA will go away.
Well, I was trying to say, which kills off college athletics, or takes it back to the days of the sis boom ba cheering section back in the 30s. All right, Mark Pancratz, thank you very much. Good job. Appreciate it. We're going to talk about all the schools listed. There were 6 in the SEC. It's a 14-team league, and 6 of the SEC schools were mentioned in this thing. We'll discuss all those schools. Texas was mentioned. The payments happened after Rick Barnes left, but knowing Tennessee's past history, should there be concern? Come on back.